China is for China. China is not for Africa. How can an African be a foreigner in an African country? To gain mentality, we need to let go of the influence of the West, who were still colonized under white supremacists. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are. This is your host, Maneza F8. Welcome to FKU Africa Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the previous episode, and I hope you are going to enjoy this one as well. For you to get more episodes, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to get the notifications. So without wasting any time, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 richest women in Africa. So when I'm referring to in Africa, I'm not referring to any other tribe. I'm referring to the black woman. I know there's a lot of these white women who are billionaires here in Africa, came here and make a lot of money with our resources. I'm not referring to them. I'm referring to our black mothers, black sisters, and black queens. So I noticed when I try to do the research when it comes to the women in Africa, it was really hard to get to the actual list or the actual comparison. You can even try to search yourself and see how often you will find the list of women in a particular order, in the list of black women in particular. So we need to make sure that we realize that who's controlling these things, why they don't want you to see these things at first hand, at first search. Now you have to go to this website and find this woman and find that one and find that one. But if you find a time to go and search in YouTube or just in Google, top 5 richest woman, white woman in England, they will show up in a particular order. Even if you can just go search top 5 woman, richest woman, you will see in a particular order, but most of them, they will be white women because they are the richest one. So you must make sure that you know that these things are made in a particular way for you not to get that information, because if you get that information, you will be inspired. They don't want you to be inspired. So I made this episode in pain because I see most of our youth and most of our sisters, young sisters, are chasing money out there, but for what? For the wrong reasons. You must chase money to make money. You must not chase money to spend money. Because if you can count how much have you made in the last 10 years or in the last 5 years, and what have you spent it on, it's important on what do you spend your money on. So you will get the list of those women now, but you will find out that most of those women, if you can go and search for yourself, they are over 50. There's none of them who are in their 20s, in their 30s, and also in their 40s. We want to get you richer quicker than that. Because if you go to other tribes and other nations, you will find there are a lot of young women who are billionaires, even in their 20s, in their 30s. Why can't we do the same? The money you spend doing your hair, That's the money you spend investing in something that will get you returns. The money you spend in a bottle of whiskey, that's the money you will spend in buying bricks to build a house, and also get into the real estate business. But no, it's all about choices. What do you choose to do? Buying cows, those cows will multiply. Within 5 years, one cow multiplied by 5. How much is that? But instead of buying 20 cows with your money that you work hard for, you buy a car, and you buy the second car, but you don't have a house yet. You're still renting. We need to make good decisions as Africans for us to go forward. It's not a time now for us to try to be in a competition with the white people with what we have. You will never win. We need to build our own economy as black people. We need to build our own industries where we will trade together and make sure that we do things together. So yeah, without wasting your time, let's get to the first woman, the first richest woman. It's not in any particular order. It's just 5 names. The first one is Jane Mujira Wachiki. Jane Mujira Wachiki. She is from Kenya. She makes her money in investments. She is an advocate there in Kenya. She is a founding partner in Kimani and Muchiki Advocates. So you will be inspired to know that if you did law, you can work work yourself hard to become an advocate, or even before that, you can partner up and start your own law firm and invest. As soon or later, you will be making those kind of money. And the woman we're talking about, her estimates it's around 50 million US dollars. So the second one is Jerry Roinje. She is into tech and consulting. She's worth 100 million US dollars. She's from Kenya. She's got the company that name is Wanichi Online and Ignite Consultants. She's into networks, these uh, network providers and all those tech things. People who are in tech like me, we can get inspiration from Anjeri and make sure that we start up our own businesses and stop using these expensive networks, telecoms, your cells. We use our own networks that will be cheaper and be affordable for us. So the third one is Bridgette Radebe. She is from South Africa. She is into mining. And mining is a big part of economy in South Africa. So she is into mining, and she is also a wife of Mr. Jeff Radebe, who was the Minister of Transport. She is an executive chairperson in Muakua Minings. So you can get into mining also, start those mining related degrees or diplomas and get into mining, and you'll find yourself in the amount of 809 million US dollars. That's her worth. So you see that we have those millionaires here in Africa. We have those women who worth that much here in Africa, but they are not in your face like your politicians, like your soccer players who are always in your face. You are inspired to be that. You're only inspired to go and play soccer. You're not inspired to become a executive chairperson in a mine, not like Bridgette Radebe, like Njeri Roinje, you see. So without wasting any time with that, let's go to the fourth one. In number 4, we got Hajia Bola Shangaya. She's a 60 years old from Nigeria. She's into oil, banking, real estate. She's a busy woman. That one. She's the most beautiful that older woman that I've seen in many days. So she's inspiring. She's a queen. Her business is Bolmas Group Investments. She's into banking, real estate. You know how lucrative is real estate. You know how much money people make out of real estate. So you need to put yourself together and try to save money, try to make money, and buy brick by brick, or go and borrow money and build some flats, even 1 or 2 flats. One will make two, two will make four, four will make eight. So make sure that you start somewhere and make something out of yourself. So with that, make sure that you don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so that you can get more notification. And we're going to the last one. The last but not least is Folorusho Alakija. She is from Nigeria. She's 68 years, most beautiful also. She's into beauty care and she's an author. She is a founder and the vice chairperson of Farm for Oil. It's some sort of this beauty oil for hair and body and all these ladies things that are nice and make them look beautiful and smell nice. She is into that business. We have a lot of them, of those sisters in the location, in the townships who are busy with hair. Stop that, or you must elevate from hair. You must go into what makes those hair last longer. Where do you get those hair? You must go into the production of producing the hair that you are using. You must go into the production of producing those products you used to make those hair last longer and shine and all that. That's what she did to be where she is now, and she is worth 1 billion. You see, she is the only billionaire in that list. She's worth 1 billion, and that was in that one was in for last year. But I'm sure now she's worth more or less. But she's still a millionaire or a billionaire. So yeah, I hope you got inspired by those beautiful women. We talked about Jane Michuki, we talked about Njire Roinje, we talked about Bridgette Radebe, we talked about Hajia Bola Shangaya, we talked about Folorusho Alakija. Yeah, those were the top 5 richest women in Africa. So you need to get inspired and get your money right and make sure that you get into those deals that will lead you there. Don't go for quick fix. Don't go for those people on Facebook that will tell you that you must go to binary trading and you will make 100,000 in a week with only 3,000. That's not it. It's not something that you need to go for. Go for legit businesses. Start your own business. Invent something. You must go into invention. If you are into tech, invent something. Invent an app, a cutting edge app. To invent something that has never been seen before, and make sure that you do what you need to do to get there, to make that money for you and your family and for all of us. Black on black businesses, it's the way to go. If you need bread and you know a brother is producing bread around the corner or fed cooks, go and buy there to that brother. If you need a furniture, you know the brother is cutting a furniture there, go and buy to that brother. If you need a mechanic, you know a brother is a mechanic right there and is a good one, go to that brother. Black business doesn't mean cheaper. Black business doesn't mean fake. So don't go to a brother that does a cupboard or that does dishes and go and compare him to Pick and Pay or compare him to Game and say no, but it's cheaper there. You must come. If you come to buy, go and buy and come back. Don't try to shake the brother down for a quicker and a nicer price for you. Make sure that you acknowledge his struggle that he had to go through to get to that product that is selling, his time, everything that goes into it. If it's that price, get it for that price. Please support the brothers. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the podcast. Don't forget to check the previous one, The Life of Muammar Gaddafi, and also check the other one. On your left, it's uh, about the life of George Floyd. Make sure you check that one also. So yeah, fikiria kwa undani, ndugu, asante, Kamaku. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell.